Hey guys, welcome to the show, and we have a little bit of an update to this whole tariff stimulus check story because Trump just posted something about it on Truth Social today, and you can see I've got a little bit of a different background today. I'm at home, it's a Sunday, but I thought it was worth doing a video about this because this is a topic that a lot of people are very interested in. So let's actually read out what he said on Truth Social. People that are against tariffs are fools. Obviously this is because the Supreme Court is taking up the tariff case this weekend. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world, and there's almost no inflation, record stock market, etc., etc. All right, let's just keep going to the bit that's important for us. So he talks about how we have an enormous debt, but we have, record investment in the USA and stuff. And then the last sentence, which is the bit that I think everyone's interested in, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Now, this is actually, I think, the second time he's mentioned this. He talked about it in an exclusive interview that he did with OAN a few weeks ago or a month ago or so, a couple of months ago, perhaps.
We also might make a distribution to the people, almost like a dividend.
And the idea actually originally comes from the DOGE dividend checks, which was CEO of a certain hedge fund, James Fishback, posted on X that he thought that when DOGE was, cutting all these government things, DOGE is the Department of Government Efficiency, those savings, we should give 20% of that back to the people in the form of a stimulus check. He projected the annual savings to be $2 trillion, which obviously it turned out that, DOGE hasn't saved anywhere near that much, unfortunately. But $2 trillion, 20% of that would be $400 billion. And so he, advocated giving out all of that money, that $400 billion, 20% of the savings to households in the form of a $1,000 or $2,000 check, however much you could get out of that. I did the calculation in a previous video. And then, he posted that on X. Elon Musk then saw it. He talked to Trump about it. Trump talked about it at a financial conference.
Under consideration, a new concept where we give 20% of the DOGE savings to American citizens and 20% goes to paying down debt.
So he's been talking about this whole idea of giving a stimulus check out for a while, okay, like we received during COVID. But then the most recent iteration of that is the tariff stimulus check, giving some of the tariff revenue out to people. So is it realistic? Well, tariffs are projected to bring in around $300 billion a year. I think we're at maybe $200 billion or so. I worked out that if you wanted to give $2,000 to every household, which is about 123 million households, you would end up at, I think it was $260 billion. Okay, so that's most of the tariff revenue for the year. But he did say that, in his Truth Social post just now, not for rich people, not for high income people. So maybe you take that down to like 80 million households or something. You're probably down at, less than 200 billion now, 180 billion, something like that. I mean, if you do it, if you give out, say, $1,000 to $2,000 per household, you're going to end up giving at least half the tariff income for the year away. Okay, you're giving it back to the people. Now, maybe that's what he wants, because the whole idea of the tariffs, well, there's kind of two ideas for the tariffs, okay? One idea is to end our reliance on foreign manufacturing, especially on China, right? And the other idea is to bring in some money for the Treasury. Now, if he gives out half that income or even more, or most of the tariff income, you still achieve the first objective, ending the reliance on foreign manufacturing. You're still having investment in the United States. You're probably stimulating the economy through that investment and stuff. So you're still achieving part of the goal, but you're just not bringing in as much revenue. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I think probably something will eventually happen, okay? He's been talking about it for so long, teasing it to people. It would seem a bit mean not to do it, all right? During the pandemic, Trump talked about it, and then it happened. Obviously, we don't have a pandemic at the moment, but we have had so many years of inflation. Inflation was running at 9%, a few years ago, a couple of years ago. Everyone has felt the pain of it. I've felt the pain of it, right? Stuff in the grocery store is more expensive. If you look at the price of, getting a mortgage, the interest rates are so high, all these things. So it does make sense to give some sort of payment to the people. I just wonder how much it's actually going to be. I don't want you guys to get your hopes up too much about this. It's probably not going to end up being $2,000 per person or per household because it's got to get through Congress, right? So for Congress to pass it, it's got to be realistic. I think maybe, more realistic might be $1,000 per household or per taxpayer, maybe even less, maybe 500. I'm not so sure. We know we don't have a crisis like COVID. Okay, the economy isn't shut down. It's not that urgent of a situation. But I think the inflation we've had over the past few years could warrant doing something for the people. And obviously, there is another kind of issue going on here in that we're currently in a government shutdown. So this also could be, Trump posting about this right now could be something to kind of drum up support. I know he wants to end the filibuster, and he would probably need to end that in order to do this stimulus check thing, okay? Because I don't think any Democrats are going to vote for this. It would be him drumming up support from 50 or so Republicans in order to get it through the Senate. I don't think Senate Democrats will vote for it. So I think he is going to have to, if he wants to do this tariff dividend thing, he's going to have to end the filibuster first so he can actually get it through the Senate. And this could be something to do with drumming up support to end the filibuster. All right. Because if people are like, whoa, I want my dividend, I want my tariff dividend, we got to end the filibuster. In order to do that, they're probably going to ask their congressman and their senator, like, hey, we got to end the filibuster. So there's a lot of different agendas going on here. I think Trump wants to do it, but I think it's also entwined with his whole reopening the government, ending the filibuster, all of that. So it's kind of complex. It's really not guaranteed. Don't hold your breath, but hey, hopefully it'll happen. We give you more news on it when we get the next update. So do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video on that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.